Hi everyone! So this video this week is showing you how to find the volume and the surface area of a cylinder. Looking at your work from what you've done so far, you've done okay on volume, but I wanted to go over again to make sure that you understand is how to find the volume of a cylinder, and then I might as well show you how to find the surface area at the same time. So if we start with volume, whenever you have a prism, so a prism is, if you imagine that I cut this in half, I'm still going to see a circle on the top. So that circle runs all the way through the shape. So if I've got a prism, I work out the area of the front face. Now this is our front face, okay, which is just our circular shape. So I'm going to find the area of the circle, then I'm going to multiply it by the height of the cylinder. So it's area of circle multiplied by height. Okay, so now to work out the area of a circle, this is what you should have done when we did the area questions. So it was pi times radius squared, okay, or pi times r. Remember, it's not r times 2. And then it's multiplied by the height. So we're going to use 3.14 as pi. Our radius, that's what we're given in this diagram. So remember, the radius goes from the centre of the circle to the edge. The diameter is the one that goes all the way across. So the diameter of this circle would be 6, but we don't need that for this part of the question. So 3.14 times 3 squared times 10. So I type that in my calculator, 3.14 times 3 squared times 10. And I get the answer 282.6 centimetres cubed for volume. Okay, so that's all you need to do to work out the volume of a cylinder. So now I want to show you how to find the surface area of the cylinder. I've brought a little prop with me so you can understand why the shapes are as they are. So remember, surface area is working out the area of each face of the shape and then adding them all together. So clearly on a cylinder, I can first of all see that I've got 2 circles. I have one at the top and one at the bottom. So I need to work out the area of each circle. Now we've done a little bit of this in our volume. So the area of circle, and I'm going to times that by 2 because there are 2 circles on the shape. So to do that, I'm going to do pi times radius squared times 2. Remember that times 2 is because there are 2 circles. So I'll write that on there. Because there are 2 circles. So I've got one here and one at the bottom. Okay, so let's work that part out first. So I've got 3.14 times 3 squared times 2. Use my calculator. 3.14 times 3 squared times 2. And I got the answer 56.52. 56.52 centimetres squared for area. Now what we've got to do now is we've got to figure out this part here. Now this is where some people find this really difficult to understand what we've actually got to work out. So I've got a little prop. Here is my toilet roll. Okay, yes, it's a cylinder. And what I want you to do is I want you to imagine what happens when you unroll your toilet roll. What shape does the actual toilet roll become? So if I tear it off, imagine that's been wrapped round. What shape have I actually got here? Well, yeah, it's just a rectangle. And from this, I know this length here. Okay, I know the height of our cylinder is going to be 10 because this was wrapped round like this. But what is this distance going to be here? Okay, that's the tricky part. And it's actually just this distance around here. And this is the circumference of the circle. So to work out the rectangle, so area of rectangle, okay, which is this part here, and I'll do that in a different colour for you. So this bit here, so you know what I mean. So it's this bit. We need to work out the circumference, and we need to multiply it by the height. Okay, because if this is our rectangle, here is our circumference, and here's our height. So that's what we need to work out. We know the height is 10, that's nice and straightforward. But how do we work out circumference? Well, that again should have been in your perimeter and area lesson. So the circumference of a circle is pi times diameter. And then we're going to times it by the height. Now, I've just mentioned diameter. Diameter is the distance all the way across the circle. So the diameter of this circle is 3 times 2, because it's double the radius, which is 6 centimetres. So all I need to do now is plug in what I know. So I know 3.14 times 6, and then I'm going to times it by the height, which is 10. So I'll use my calculator again. 3.14 times 6 times 10, and it gives me the answer of 188.4. 188.4 centimetres squared. So the total surface area of the cylinder is 56.52 plus my 188.4. Got my last answer on here, so I'll just add on the 56.52, which gives me a total of 244.92 centimetres squared. You have a go now.